Yo, welcome back to Niner Wire. I'm your host, Sam, and today we are back for yet another pregame analysis. It's going to be just me this time. I'm just going to do it by myself, give you guys a show. But anyways, I'm excited to get into it. We got the Rams playing this week. I know we've been struggling, so this is definitely going to be a big game for us, division game, big game for the Rams too. So definitely a game to watch. Sunday Night Football, got to show up in prime time every time. It's just mandatory. So, that's really all I can say about it. So anyways, guys, before I get into it, make sure to follow me on Twitter at NinerWireSam. My Instagram is at NinerWire_YT. Also, guys, if you ever want to be on stream, just let me know. DM me. I'm happy to have people on. I've been alternating a lot of people throughout the stream, and I'm going to get those people back on, obviously, because they've been great for me. But if you guys want to join into that mix, then hop on whenever you want. So make sure to DM me there. Also, as always, if you have any questions in the chat, make sure to leave them there. Comments, you name it, just put them in the chat, and I'll answer them. So without further ado, everybody, let's get it. What's good, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So obviously, as many of you know, I have zero confidence in this team. But, I think if we're going to win a game, this could be the game to win, if I'm being completely honest. I know the Rams are a pretty good team. But, it's a division game. So the Niners are really going to come out, as always, like they're going to fight for these division games like every team should. If they're not doing that, that's something that's dead wrong in that organization. So, let's just get right into it. So let's just start off with the Niners offense. So, and guys, this is going to be a lot shorter. Usually there's like 45 minutes just because it's myself today. It should be a lot shorter. So, this should not take too long. So you guys probably have a lot of time to stay on here. So all good. All right. So for the Niners offense, I think there's one key to the game that everybody should be looking at, and that's protection. And it's that simple. Like, you're facing off the best defensive tackle in the league. Your offensive line has been horrible. I don't really need to say more. The Rams are going to do well against our secondary as well. Against our receivers. They have a pretty damn good secondary with Taylor Rapp, Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill, I believe his name is. They have a pretty damn good secondary. So, pass protection is going to be key today because that's really how we're going to get the passes off today. Because, we saw Jimmy Garoppolo struggle against Miami because he couldn't do shit. Arizona, the pass protection was meh. It was okay. I think that was more on him rather than the pass protection. But we saw it last week. The pass protection could not do its thing at all, and Miami won for that reason. So pass protection is going to be vital to this game today, as well as run protection. And I know the Rams, they don't have a good run defense. I believe it's ranked. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this. So the Rams run defense is current. It's not that good. I remember. Let me pull it up. Rams run D. Okay, so the Rams run D, according to this site, I'm using lineups.com. It seems pretty good. I don't know if that's a fantasy thing or not, but I know it depends for every site, like how you view it. But I know for sure that the Rams, according to most people, do not have the best run D. So, yeah. Oh, there's an update. Let's see if did that do anything? No, it didn't. Okay, but anyways, the Rams run D isn't the best, so that's definitely something we can capitalize on, especially, if the protection's well, then I think there's a very, very legitimate chance that we can win this game today. So pass protection has to be at the top of our key points today of what we have to do to win this game. So that is my offensive key of the game. I think a lot of other people would agree with me on that. So protection for the Niners offense, that has to happen today, or else this game is going to be a complete blowout. Now, on the defensive side, I think you got to really look at the pressure. I think the pressure for the Niners D has not been as good as it is in the past, in last year especially. But, maybe this is the game. The Rams do not have the best offensive line. It's a bit old, I guess you could say. Some of the interior line is never really the best. But, the Rams do have a really good all-around offense. When you talk about weapons, they got like Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, Cam Akers. That's a committee. That could be a three-headed monster one day, if I'm being completely honest. Then you got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, one of the best duos in the league. On top of that, you got a great tight end duo in Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett. So tight end by committee, running back by committee, wide receivers, a lot of depth there. So, and on top of that, Jared Goff, let's be real, he's still an above average quarterback, I'd say. They do have a really good all around offense. So the Niners, as I keep saying, pressure stops a good offense. We saw it last week with Miami. We saw it with Philadelphia, and we might be able to see it this week if the Niners can execute that. So pressure. That has to happen today. And I know a lot of the people have not applied that pressure, I should say. So like Eric Armstead, I want to see a bit more from DJ Jones. Even though I love him, DJ Jones should step it up today. These are not any of my key players, but these are just guys that need to step it up today. Also, we got the news yesterday that Ronald Blair, or Friday, I forget what day it was, but Ronald Blair is going to be on PUP for a bit longer. So that's definitely a huge hole in our defense that we're going to need to fill ASAP, because we thought he was coming back week 7. It's not going to happen then. So we're looking at week 10 to 12. So, yeah, I think someone's definitely got to fill that hole. Kerry Hyder's been doing a good job. I really think he's trying to be filling like the Nick Bosa hole, the D Ford hole while they're gone. So we'll see. I haven't heard anything about D Ford, by the way. So if you guys know anything about that, let me know, because I think the last we heard from him was, maybe like week 3. I haven't heard anything about D Ford. So hoping he's doing well. And I will talk. We'll talk about the other point later, because I have a long point about this that I didn't go over in the I don't know if you guys saw the post game analysis. I didn't really say much because I didn't need to. How bad we were. The halftime analysis, that was a special edition last game. But yeah, I'll talk about what I would have said a bit later about one of the guys that I'm going to mention on the defensive side of the ball. So yeah, all right, let's move on to the Rams' keys to the game. I got one for the offense, one for the defense, as usual. So let's start with the offense, and it's pretty simple for the Rams. Just keep moving the ball. The Niners D has looked terrible so far. Let's be real. The Niners D has not looked great. Miami killed them on offense. Philadelphia did pretty well against them on offense. The Philadelphia Eagles, who are 1-3-1 and look like one of the worst teams in football right now, did well against our defense. And this was the defense that led this team to a Super Bowl. So, yeah, there's a problem with this defense, if you ask me. So the Rams, keep moving the ball for them. If they do that, they win this game easily. So, and I a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, it was because of Brian Allen last week. No, it was not. Robert Saleh, and this is the guy I'm going to go on the rant on right here. Robert Saleh, in my opinion, is not a good defensive coordinator. He's never been a good defensive coordinator. 2018, let's talk about that. I want his ass fired all year long. The dude could not do anything, had one of the worst defenses in football, 2 interceptions, did nothing with that defense, and they kept him around. I was like, okay, 2019, the defense steps up, but let's be real. Nick Bosa, D Ford, Fred Warner, Quan Alexander, Eric Armstead, Richard Sherman, Jimmy Ward. Those are 6 guys that all played like Pro Bowlers. Yes, you have to. If you have guys who are playing like Pro Bowlers, Pro Bowl caliber players, yes, you're going to have a pretty damn good defense. So, Saleh didn't really do much that last year. By the way, adding on to that, when D Ford was out, he couldn't adjust at all. We look at the games where D Ford was out. I believe that was week 11. I think, yeah, week 11. He was out. I know he was out for sure. 14, 15, 16, 17. Those games were all close games. Week 11, I believe he was out. It might have been week 12. I don't know. He was out in another game where we didn't adjust at all because of D Ford. Now, this year, no Bosa, no Ford, no Sherman. Can't do shit. The guy cannot adjust to this defense. This dude is a terrible defensive coordinator. I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys think he's a good defensive coordinator, get off my channel. This dude is a terrible defensive coordinator. I can't stress it enough. If this dude adjusts, yes, he's a good defensive coordinator. He has a good, I'll give it to him. He has good play calls with a fully healthy squad. But are you really going to get a fully healthy squad every game? No, you're not. You can't just rely on that for your job. You have to step it up, adjust to what you have right now, blitz more. I can't stress it enough how just infuriating it is that he's just nose blind to it, it feels like. And I'm no coach, but I know to adjust when your best player's out. So damn well he better adjust. Kyle Shanahan, that's also for you too. This dude cannot adjust as well. I think adjustment for Kyle Shanahan, I'll take it back. I think adjustment for Kyle Shanahan is okay. Play calling is definitely a bit different when players are out and it doesn't really work. So yes, he's adjusting a little bit, not that much though. And I really don't see Robert Saleh succeeding. Yes, he was a top candidate for head coach when the Browns needed a head coach. There was a ton of teams that needed a head coach. I can't name them all. but nobody hired Robert Saleh, which surprised everyone. I think there's a pretty damn good reason why nobody hired him. We were just all misconceived by a lie that he was a good defensive coordinator. He was never a good defensive coordinator. I mean, yes, I'll admit it. Last year I said he was a decent defensive coordinator, not a great one, not an elite one, just okay. Now this year, he's being absolutely exposed like he did in 2018. And I feel like the people saying like, oh, he's still a good defensive coordinator are probably the people that aren't 49ers fans that just hopped on the bandwagon in 2019. So, yeah, man, that's all I really got to say about Robert Saleh, man. I mean, he's never been that good of a defensive coordinator. So I'm hoping that we might be able to switch some things up. Hopefully, I mean, yes, he has good play calls, as I just said. So he's just got to adjust. And I'll give it to that. That's all he really has to do is just adjust with the players out. And I mean, the fact that he's never adjusted is just it just doesn't make sense. I mean, we saw last year, Tart was out, Ford was out, Quan was out. Though all the games that they were out, we did significantly worse on defense. So, I mean, you look at the New Orleans game, all four of those guys were out. Our D4 were like out later in the game, went out later in the game, or during that game, I should say. But still, man, I mean, 46 points against New Orleans team, even though we won, that's still, you don't want to put up anywhere near the 40 mark, if I'm being completely honest. No, I don't even need to be honest. You should not put up 40 plus points in a game if you're on the defensive side of the ball. You need to stop that. It should be like in the teens. That's like a good defensive performance, I'd say, is when you put something up in the teens. 20s, okay. 30s, red flag. 40s, it's catastrophic. That's what Robert Saleh did when he could not adjust. That's what he did against Miami. That's what he did against Philadelphia. That's what he did. I mean, we didn't really need an adjustment against the the Cardinals, but still, man, can't adjust, dude. It's so annoying that this dude cannot adjust. But anyways, guys, there's my Robert Saleh rant. But yeah, anyways, that's Robert Saleh is the reason why when teams move the ball on us and keep moving the ball, our defense gets exhausted. We cannot do anything about it. So yeah, it's that simple. All right, now on to the Rams defensive side of the ball after that bit of a rant. But anyways, my Rams defensive key is to attack the tackles. And here's what I mean by that. So I'm going to take the over-under that Aaron Donald gets 3+ sacks tonight. Let's be real. He's going against the interior line, which has not been that good besides Ben Garland. Yeah, I mean, he's the best defensive tackle in football. What do you expect against offensive line that hasn't been doing well? He should get 3 sacks at least tonight. So, I mean, yes, so there you go. You got the interior line covered. The interior line is going to be focusing on Aaron Donald right there. And it's a 3-4 set, by the way. Let me mention that. It's a 3-4 set. Now you look at the tackles. Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey have been struggling. Week 4, week 5, both have put up dog shit performances. Got to step it up for both of those two tonight. So, I mean, if they can throw both of those two off guard, they could get like 8+ sacks for this entire game, if I'm being real. Let's not sleep on the Rams. I mean, yes, I said they were going to finish last in the NFC West, but I mean, the Rams I had going as like an 8-8 team. Obviously, I think they're going to do better than that now, but still, man, if the tackles cannot step it up, if the guards cannot step it up, if Ben Garland cannot step it up, Ben Garland, I'm not too concerned about him. I'm more concerned about the guards. Jimmy G is going to get attacked tonight, brutally attacked. It's not going to be good at all. So, yeah, man, I think just attacking the tackles, that's my key for the Rams tonight. So, I mean, yeah, if they pressure Trent Williams, pressure McGlinchey, then it's just going to create complete pandemonium on that 49ers offensive line. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all they got to do right there. All right, yeah, as I said, the stream's moving a lot quicker than usual because it's just me today. But anyways, guys, again, if you want on any of my streams, DM me on Twitter. I'm happy to have you on, whether it's post-game tonight, whether it's week 7, week 8, you name it, whether it's a future week. If you want on, DM me. I'm happy to have it on. Sometimes I'll tweet out like, hey, if you want on, just DM me. I'll tweet that out, remind you guys. But still, man, if you want on, just DM me. I'm more than open to having you guys on this channel. So, yeah. All right, let's get into key players for this game. Now, I have a lot for both teams, so let's see if I can go right into them. So, first guy for the Niners, this is kind of obvious. Jimmy Garoppolo has to step it up. After that Miami performance, after that, I mean, Cardinals' performance was pretty damn bad too, if you ask me. And the Jets' performance, let's be real, it's the 0-5, 0-6 Jets now. this team, the Jets are like the worst team in football, hands down right now. So, I mean, you'd expect your franchise quarterback to do well, right? So Jimmy Garoppolo needs to step it up tonight. If he doesn't step it up, I wouldn't say it creates panic mode yet, but if he doesn't step it up this game and next game, then this is complete panic mode for the Niners quarterback situation. Also, you got Raheem Mostert. I mean, as I said, the Rams run D, not that good. One of my offensive keys for the Niners was protection, and that's because of the run game. So Raheem Mostert could see a lot tonight. Also, while I'm at it, let's read off the inactives for tonight. It was tweeted out like right before I started the stream, maybe like 15 minutes after. Here, where did it go? So about an hour ago, maybe. Okay, so CJ Beathard, Jeff Wilson, Dante Pettis, according to Matt Mayoko, doesn't deserve to have his name spelled right, probably. So Dante Pettis, though. Darion Daniels, who we called it from the practice squad. I'm not surprised by that. Tom Compton, he's been inactive every game. Quan Alexander, Dante Johnson are injured, so they're inactive as well. So let's just going over that really quickly. Beathard is going to be quarterback 2. No, sorry, Mullins is going to be quarterback 2. So I'm assuming he had a good week in practice, but it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes throughout the year. Who's going to be QB2? Who's going to be the inactive guy? So I think that might alternate a lot throughout the season. Jeff Wilson, this is a bit of a surprise for me. So Jeff Wilson active, JaMychal Hasty not. What did I tell you guys? JaMychal Hasty is going to ball out. He hasn't balled out yet. It's coming, guys. Just wait. This dude I have big things for this guy. So JaMychal Hasty, glad to see that he's not inactive tonight. He's getting the play time. Should look really good tonight if he's on the field. Or at least I'm hoping that. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that was the main point I want to bring up. Wilson active, Hasty active. I love to see that. But anyways, Mostert's probably going to be the guy that we're going to give the ball to. He's always been the guy throughout the year. He is definitely an RB1 at this point, at least in the Niners system. I think in another system he might not be the same, but we'll see about that. But anyways, the Rams run defense, their ranking is pretty low. It's somewhere in the 20s, I believe. It's like 26 according to ESPN Fantasy Football. So it's not the Rams run D they do not have the best run D. So for Raheem Mostert, if they give the ball to him a lot, he can execute. It's going to look really good for the Niners offense. The question is, will he get the chances to run? Because, I mean, if we get obliterated like we did last time, he's not going to get those chances at all. So that would not be good. So that's also kind of why I put Jimmy Garoppolo in here. He has to keep this game going because, I mean, the more you can give the ball to Raheem Mostert, the better it is for this team. The more you have to pass to go up against Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill, Taylor Rapp. I don't know why I just blanked out on that, but the less you have to see those, you have to see those guys, it looks better for your team. So yeah, one guy I do think top receiving target of the night, hands down, going to be George Kittle. The Rams have one of the best pass Ds in the league, and they do not have the best tight end Ds. So George Kittle should see a lot of action tonight. So if you have him in your fantasy leagues, DFS, I know I put him as my super flex for the 1.5 times points. So yeah, man, I think George Kittle, I think he's due for a big night tonight. I mean, he didn't have the biggest night last time because I don't think you really want to play him when you're getting blown the hell out. So yeah, I think George Kittle could be a Philadelphia-esque game, but probably not, maybe a bit worse, but big things for George Kittle tonight. Expect to see a lot of him. Now to the biggest key of this game. I can't stress this enough. The entire offensive line has to step up. I don't need to say anything more about that. I mean, Aaron Donald, Samson, I don't know, it's like Samson, Ibukam, Michael Brockers. Ibukam and Brockers aren't as good as Aaron Donald, but still, the offensive line has played like dog shit. They got to end that streak today. They have to step it up, or else this team is screwed for the future. So, yeah. Defensive line, I got one guy on the defensive line I think should step it up a bit. That's Eric Armstead. We haven't seen much for him. I think the loss of Buckner has really been hurting him and Bosa and Ford because now he's supposed to be the main guy. But if we're being real, like he's never, ever been able to be that main guy, which is just his play style. So, I mean, I don't blame him for it. But if he can be that main guy, get like a sack tonight or something, that would look really nice for him. So I'm hoping he can step it up. Otherwise, maybe you could go with DJ Jones, Javon Kinlaw. Really, and our entire defensive line needs to step it up today because as I said, pressure is going to win this game. So Yeah, and the Rams, I said, keep moving the ball. So pressure's going to stop that. Defensive line's going to stop that. But the guys who really should step it up tonight, look for why am I blanking out? Eric Armstead. Wow, I just stuttered there. And DJ Jones. Look for those guys to step it up tonight, maybe a little bit. So, yeah, Deion Jordan, too. He's been doing phenomenal for us. So, shout out to Deion Jordan. Way to turn your life around. I know he had a bad training camp, and I was talking shit about him, but, I mean, your on-field play proves me wrong. So, there you go. Also, Azeez Al-Shaair is going to be filling in for Quan Alexander tonight. Make sure to keep an eye on him. And Emmanuel Mosley is out of concussion protocol, so keep an eye out for him. That's a huge addition to the team. Now we don't have to start Webster or Brian Allen or Witherspoon. We can have Verrett and Mosley starting. By the way, Jason Verrett, phenomenal. Nobody's talking about Jason Verrett right now and how phenomenal he's been playing for us. That is one of the bright spots to our D. So shout out to Jason Verrett. I thought your career was over. It is not over yet, man. So I'm happy to see Jason Verrett doing well for this team. So, yeah. All right, for the Rams, as I said, got to keep the ball moving. That all starts with Jared Goff, their quarterback. I mean, he's the heart and soul of their offense. It's that simple. All the quarterbacks are the heart and soul of their offense. So, yeah, Jared Goff really got to step it up tonight. Keep that ball moving. Just get past that Niners D. Keep the ball moving. If they do that, they're going to win the game. One guy I want to talk about right now, Cooper Kupp. They like to use him on the outside at the wideout spot and at the slot spot. So if they put him in slot, that's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on because Jamar Taylor, I believe we're going to have to start him again because no K1. That would be very interesting to see right there, considering that Jamar Taylor did not do that well last week. So, and Cooper Kupp is definitely better than whoever the hell Miami slot receiver is. So, yeah, Jamar Taylor got to step it up tonight. I could put him as one of my key players as well, but I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp for the Rams. I think he could have a big night tonight. I benched him in fantasy because of the inconsistency. I'm not 100% sure about that. I already lost, so hopefully that doesn't come to stab me in the back. I benched Justin Jefferson today, which kind of sucked. So, Jake, if you're watching this, you're welcome for that. Also, Andrew Whitworth, probably going to go against our best defensive lineman at this point right now, Kerry Hyder. So, yeah, I'm going to put him there. Kerry Hyder could have a big game tonight going against Andrew Whitworth if he can step it up and perform. Aaron Donald, I do not need to say more. I've talked about him enough. And then the edge rushers, as I said, Brockers and Ibukam, that's going to help with the tackle key. I said, attack the tackles. Those guys are going to be big for the Los Angeles Rams tonight if they can step it up and attack the tackles. So, yeah, those are my key players for this game as of right now. As Niner by Nature just said, his career definitely, I would say, not tonight, but if he plays like this for like the next 2 or 3 games, then something is very wrong. His career definitely could depend on it. So that's a great point that you made right there. He has to step it up tonight, as I said. So, yeah, his career, I mean, I know I've been talking with a lot of Niners fans. Trey Lance, the BYU quarterback, I forget his name, Mac Jones maybe. There's a lot of guys that the Niners could draft round 1, even though I don't think we'll do it. I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo is playing this way throughout the year, it's not going to look good at all for this team. So, I mean, he has to step it up. Definitely tonight, has to step it up. In the future, definitely has to step it up, especially if he plays bad tonight, because we could be seeing that quarterback controversy coming in again that everyone was talking about. So, yeah, and 2 to 3 picks. Let's be real. Going against one of the best pass Ds in the entire league, Zach Wilson's guy. I watched the Houston game on last night. So, Zach Wilson's, or Friday night, I forgot when it was, but Zach Wilson's a stud, man. So he could very well come into the system, do well. But 2 to 3 picks, I would not be surprised at all to see that, man. I mean, you're going against one of, if not the best pass D in the league right now. You got Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill. Those are tough guys to go against. Taylor Rapp as well. So, yeah, man, I think 2 to 3 picks, you could very well see that tonight. So that's why Jimmy Garoppolo really has to step it up tonight. So, yeah, great point by Niner by Nature, 88 right there. So, yeah. All right, let's move into the predictions. So, as I said earlier, I have zero confidence in this team, and I don't see that confidence coming back for a while at this point. I don't really know. I just don't know where this team is going. The fact that we're not adjusting, as I said, went on that Robert Saleh rant earlier about like the 12-minute mark, somewhere around there. But, yeah, man, we're not adjusting. We're not doing anything. it's really pissing me off, and I don't have any confidence in this team right now. So, yeah, we have to step it up tonight. I don't think we're gonna fall. I don't think we're gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna be that big, as Niner by Nature 88 just said, 40-16. I don't think it's gonna be that big. I think it's gonna be a bit closer. I'm gonna go with 33-20 Rams. I do think the Niners could put up a bit of a fight. It is a division game, let's be real. So Niners, you got to come through in the division games. And when you're in panic mode like that, something's got to change. Hopefully they've changed it. And you got Emmanuel Mosley back. The cornerback slot was the one that was killing us last game and the Philadelphia game. Now you get your cornerback 2 back. So that's definitely a huge boost. And that's why I think it's going to be a bit closer. But in the end, I do think the Rams are going to win this game. This is my first loss prediction of the season. I had the Niners going 5-0 to start the year. That obviously did not work out. But, yeah, I mean, 33-20 Rams. I think that's a pretty decent prediction right there. The Rams are on a roll right now. They're 4-1. So they could very much blow us out like that, as Niner by Nature 88 said, 40-16. Definitely could be a bigger blowout than that. But, yeah, man, I got to say, Saleh, Shanahan, those 2 guys could be the keys to the game, if I'm being real. I know I mentioned them earlier. I didn't mention the key players because they're not players, but they have to adjust tonight. I can't stress that enough. I went on a 3-minute rant about Robert Saleh. I mean, they have to adjust tonight. It's that simple. Robert Saleh is on the hot seat right now. Let's be real. Robert Saleh is definitely on the hot seat right now. If I'm Jed York, I have Robert Saleh on the hot seat right now. And I would not be surprised if Robert Saleh does a terrible performance. I would not be surprised at all if he fired him this game. If I'm being completely real. I mean, I talked about how this dude's not a good defensive coordinator, never has been. So they have to make adjustments tonight. They are the reason why we are 2-3 right now. Mainly Saleh, bit of Shanahan too, but the play calling has been atrocious. It has to step it up, and that has to be tonight. I know I really talked about like the player aspect of the game. That's what I like to do usually, because I mean, you have to have good players to succeed, but play calling, that has to step it up tonight. If they keep calling shitty plays right there, it's looking very bad right there. So yeah, man, I mean, they have to step it up. It's that simple. Shanahan, I wouldn't say he's on the hot seat. I do think he has some questionable play calling. But yeah, I mean, he's okay. He definitely has a good offensive mind. Let's be real. I'm not gonna doubt his offensive mind right there. But the play calling, on the other hand, that's got to change. Robert Saleh, though, he has to step it up. I've said that like 5 kajillion times on this stream, but Robert Saleh's play calling has been atrocious this year, and he has to step it up. So, yeah, man, that's really all I got right now. Robert Saleh, Kyle Shanahan has to step it up. Yeah, it's really got to be it. I mean, 6 years guaranteed money. Why not take a QB and why not tank 1 year, get the QB you want? I do think Kyle Shanahan still has that trust in Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I feel like I do believe him when he said that they pulled him because of the ankle last game. It seems like it wasn't 100%, I guess. I watched film as well, like on it. He definitely looked uncomfortable off that back foot. So I definitely think it was because of the ankle. So let me just get this straight. I am wearing this Jimmy Garoppolo jersey for a reason. I am not giving up hope on him yet. I know that he needs to step it up. I know we talked about Zach Wilson. I know we talked about Trey Lance on the stream, but I'm not giving up on Jimmy Garoppolo yet. I would rather have Garoppolo seat and get a guy like Alex Leatherwood round 1. Patrick Surtain, if somehow he falls to us. What's the guy? There's another guy of Ohio State. I'm forgetting his name. Oh, Sean Wade. That's another guy you could look at. Paulson Adebo. I would not be surprised. The least surprising pick would be Paulson Adebo, Stanford guy. Lynch loves Stanford guys. It's a corner. I mean, we don't take cornerbacks that much. I would kind of be surprised to take a cornerback, but a Pac-12 player round 1, that's like the least surprising thing at all. There's also a South Carolina cornerback who's been doing really well this season. His stock has been climbing and climbing and climbing right there. So that could be another guy we take. I know we love the South Carolina system. We got Deebo Samuel, Javon Kinlaw. We could have that other guy. I forget what his name is. So if any of you guys know it, hit me up. I saw film on him today. He looked really good out there against Auburn. So, yeah. So I'm not giving up hope on Jimmy Garoppolo yet. But, yeah, he definitely has to step it up, or else it's definitely going to be panic mode for the quarterback situation. And as I say, it's not this game where he has to step it up this game. If he doesn't, I'm not panicking. If he doesn't step it up against the Patriots, then I absolutely am panicking. So yeah, man, it's looking like that. Penei Sewell, I don't think he's going to go top 5. I think you're looking at a top 2 pick right there. If the Giants finish number 2 or something like that, I think that's where he could go. Top 5, that seems kind of, if we get him at if we somehow tanked and got a top 5 pick and picked him up, that would be absolutely insane. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get him. He's like one of the best. A lot of draft scouts have been calling him one of the best offensive line prospects they've ever seen. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get him. I think we're gonna be a bit too far out for that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. But Alex Leatherwood, great consolation prize. I tweeted out about him about a week ago. He can play guard. He can play tackle. So if McGlinchey's struggling, if Trent Williams leaves in free agency for some reason, Alex Leatherwood can play tackle. We need a guard. Alex Leatherwood can play guard. That's why I love that pick. I've only seen one player mocked. I've only seen one mock draft for him, which kind of surprised me. I think this dude could be legit. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Trey Lance, definitely. I think Trey Lance, I think, is going to have a legitimate career in the NFL. This dude looks legit. I mean, I've watched the film. This dude looks amazing. So whoever gets Trey Lance is going to get a great player. If we got him, I would be happy about that. I don't think we're going to use the draft capital on him because personally, I'm fine with Jimmy G right now. But if he's not playing as well as he did last year, then there could be panic mode because, I mean, Super Bowl windows, man, they're short. We thought the Rams were done. They could be done still, but they're rolling right now. I mean, what's another one and done team? The Carolina Panthers in 2016. Talk about that, man. It's really, Super Bowl windows are short. So a quarterback coming in, Trey Lance definitely seems like an NFL ready quarterback. Kind of reminds me of like a mobile Patrick Mahomes. I always say like Patrick Mahomes when he's like targeting, like throwing the deep, checking the deep ball down. I compared Brock Rudder to like the D3 Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, Trey Lance would definitely be a good player for us. Niner by nature, as Bob Money says, throws off the back foot. I mean, yeah, it's Trey Lance, definitely a great quarterback right there. So yeah, definitely got to have. So, all right, guys. So game's about to start in 10 minutes. I'm going to end the stream right here. I know the comments are going off right now. Great having you guys on. I loved answering all your comments. If you guys want to talk more, again, make sure to follow me on Twitter at NinerWireSam. I'm probably not going to respond to IG comments because I don't really use it that much. So, yeah, NinerWireSam, that's where you guys hit me up. So, yeah, man, guys, hit me up there. Give me a follow. DM me. I'm happy to talk to you guys there. So, yeah. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm excited for the game. Can't wait to watch. Hopefully, we'll pull out this upset win. I'm hoping we can get back on track. 3-3. Considering where we are right now, I'll take 3-3. 2-4, unacceptable. But yeah, 3-3. Well, let's hope we can get there tonight. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Go Niners.